said that if you only know how to spell things one way, you can't be trusted. So I don't know what that means, but it's an excuse that I'll use. So Eusebio, go for it.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, so let's go. On Sunday, so we have nothing special. On Monday, we have the Euro current account, all time frames.
Yep.
I will monitor the Euro-German Bundesbank monthly report.
Yep.
Then we have a lot of people talking this week, but I have already checked all of them in order not to waste too much time. There will be two important talk by Powell when he testifies, which will be to be monitored. So let's continue for Monday. So we have nothing else for Monday, so except the current account and the Bundesbank monthly report. On Tuesday, I will monitor the Yen Bank of Japan core CPI year over year, just to see if the inflation have a tendency to evolve when we are progressively approaching the end of the epidemic, and so let's monitor that. Then I will monitor also the GBP average earnings index 3 months of a year. Then we will have, let's see, the US dollar current account, all time frames.
Hang on, I'll just get something for Ralph. I presume everybody else can hear me talking away here. If you can't, let me know.
Yeah, the audio is good.
Okay, thanks. So it's just pulling up a note. Here it comes. Thanks, Robert. Okay, and what else? Okay, carrying on. So monitoring average earnings.
Yeah. The employment and the unemployment rate in UK is less important, so there is no need to check it. Then we will have the US dollar current account, all time frames.
Yep.
And then monitor Powell testifying.
Okay.
After last week Fed decision. Then I will still continue to monitor the new home sales in USA.
All right.
Then we will have the Kiwi trade balance, all time frames.
Yep.
And then if you would like to scroll down the calendar, Chris, it would be easier. Okay, so no, not yet. Yeah. Okay. Then we will have the Kiwi trade balance. I think we have already mentioned that. Yes. And then that's it for Tuesday.
So not the policy meeting.
Oh, so sorry, the Yen monetary policy meeting. Yeah, to monitor. You are right.
And goods trade balance.
There are so many people talking that day. No, the good trade balance, no.
Okay. Yeah, there's a ton of them speaking this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's spring. They want to seduce us, so. I will also monitor the pound CPI year over year and the core CPI year over year for the pound. Cool. Monitor, yeah.
Yep.
Then we will have monitor the German 10-year bond auction.
Done.
Then you have the US dollar core durable goods orders and durable goods order under H4. I will monitor the US dollar flash manufacturing PMI.
Why is it not
and flash services PMI.
Monitor.
And then monitor again Powell testifying.
Missed him. Yep. Got him.
Yeah. And then crude oil inventories.
Yep.
And then crude oil inventories. And then if you would like to scroll down the calendar.
Sure. So we're up here.
And that's it for Wednesday. On Thursday, I will monitor the German GfK consumer climate. Then we have a big block in red with the Swiss National Bank monetary policy assessment, policy rate, and policy rate. Then
did you do 3 or 2?
No, 2.
Oh, good. Okay. Yep.
I will monitor the ECB economic bulletin.
Yep.
Then we have the M3 money supply for the euro all time frames.
Okay.
And then what do we have after that? The EU economic summit, I will skip it. I will continue to monitor the US dollar unemployment claims. Monitor the natural gas storage. Yep. The final GDP is not interesting to monitor.
Sure.
And I will monitor also the yen Tokyo core CPI year over year. And that's it for Thursday. And on Friday, so not a lot of very important news.
No, hardly anything.
Yeah. I will monitor the German E4 business climate, monitor the GBP FPC meeting minutes and FPC statement.
Yep.
And then we will have nothing else. Note that next Saturday it's daily saving time in Europe, UK, and so in Switzerland too. So a lot of European countries goes daily saving time.
And I had a big discussion with Nathan. Sorry, Nathan, because Nathan wanted wanted an updated session lines indicator to take into account the daylight time saving shift. But it's really confusing, and it depends on which platform you're on and all sorts of stuff like that, even if it is just TradeView. So generally what I find it's easier to do is I don't bother changing it at all. It's either New York moves 1 hour or Europe moves 1 hour during when it starts. Finishes.
Yeah, but Chris, the problem may be even more complex than that, because the countries who exploit daily saving time do not make the switch at on the same day. For example, USA, Canada, and Europe have a different day with separation of 1 week or 2 weeks. Japan never used daily saving time. Countries in the South Hemisphere like Australia, New Zealand, of course, have their daily saving time on another day, and so it's really complex. And so the best way I have found to handle this problem in order to mark the vertical lines on the chart is the following. We can use the Forex Factory chart, Forex Factory website, and set the clock on the same time zone as your MetaTrader platform. Okay, the same time zone, and you can check that because Forex Factory gives you the present time. It has its own clock, and you can check that the clock of Forex Factory and your MetaTrader platform are identical. And then if you click on the landing page of Forex Factory, as we have already shown several times, at the bottom of the page, you have the session hours. And so you know when the Tokyo session starts, you know when the London begins and ends, and you know when the New York, US session starts. When you know London, you know Frankfurt. Frankfurt is 1 hour before. And so that way, you will never have a problem to draw your vertical lines on your chart or to adjust the time setting in the vertical line indicator. And so you can establish all the templates you want.
Okay. And what I was going to say was, for the period while it's changing, like it is at the moment, just ignore the session lines and adjust your brain so that either Europe opens 1 hour early or late, or New York opens 1 hour early or late. And you're there trading at the time, so you don't have to change the lines at all. It just gets really messy and burns up time. And you're only doing it for like 10 days. So, yep, it should be all right. Anyway, okay. Hello, colinfox@gmail.com. Okay, so let's move on with this. So we don't need the calendar anymore. Quick question, Eusebio.
Yeah.
Over here. Anything to monitor for the long-term outlooks?
No, okay. Nothing, no.
And what else? Okay, so I'll just say, pull this. At least my menus didn't disappear today. I'll just hit the save button. Okay, so the top 10 we've got, sorry, back up. The reason we go through this is to find out particular news items that are important enough to avoid trading through. So anything marked high impact or under H4, like these ones, don't place trades 1 hour prior, get out of them within half an hour of them actually coming out. Because when they come out, they can cause, if there's a news item that comes out and it's about 10 to 20% more, it has a difference of that much from the actual news item itself that was forecast over here. Here we go. News, calendar. Okay, so if the what comes out is very different to what was actually predicted here in the forecast column, then there could be this, we regard that as a surprise, and it could cause a lot of volatility on that currency and could make some or many of the pairs jump around. So that's why we recommend that you don't trade through them. If you're done standard or SAM and you've got lots of units open, then you can afford to sort of prune some of your units off and still keep trading. But for primers and light people, and those of you just starting out in standard, it's better to be safe and just keep out of it until the turbulence disappears. The three major ones that you need to watch for, because they will impact whatever whatever pair that you're in, even if like other Europe, Euro, the US and the yen, if something surprising comes out on those, it doesn't matter what pair you're in, they can all be affected. Like say the Kiwi Aussie could jump around a lot. Okay, the smaller pairs, just be, if you're in a smaller pair, do we have any today? Probably not. No, very little happening. So if say for instance there's news coming up on the Kiwi, like up here, and there was a surprise on that, if you're not in the Kiwi, in a pair that's got the Kiwi as one of the currencies, then you don't need to worry too much about it. You could just keep an eye on what the news is and be prepared to sort of pull the plug on your trade. Say, for instance, if you're in the euro dollar or the pound dollar or something like that, because the Kiwi shouldn't impact on them. However, there have been times when I've seen the Kiwi, and it was just the last couple of weeks, news came out and it did cause quite a bit of volatility on lots of the pairs. Okay, and the one that I've missed out here, so we've got the large pairs, the US, the Euro and the Yen, and the smaller ones, the Kiwi, the Swiss, the CAD, the Aussie, that's it. But the one that's kind of sits in the middle is the pound. So you're going to have to monitor that one. It caused quite a bit of volatility last year during Brexit, the last couple of years, but mainly on just the pound pairs. However, something coming up on the pound could impact a lot of the pairs or might not, just depends on what happens. So just be really careful. And okay, that's it. So the top 10 pairs we've got this week out of the 28 are these ones here. So I'll just scroll this down a bit so you can see all 28. There, it's not the flashest of borderings. The top 10s are these ones up here. So we recommend that you watch those the best. These have been sorted by dollar range, not by pips, but by dollars, because some of the pips are worth more in money terms than other currencies or other pairs. Okay, and we've included down to here as well. So it looks like while the daily range is kind of fixed, all the other pairs underneath it seem to be getting a bit better, are moving a bit better, because recently the smallest one was around about $300, and it didn't hit $600 until around about here. So we had a fat one at the top, and then the ranges sort of diminished quite rapidly, but now they're fat at the top and they stay fat for quite some time, and $600 is down here now at 24. So generally many of the pairs seem to be moving a bit better now. Now we're just going to push these back up, because in the past this $1,166 is, see, these are the tops of the ranges here, but back here in 2019 the top of the, back here, I think it was 2020, tops of the ranges were here in the 3000s, and previous to that I was complaining that these ranges here were quite low. We've come down even lower since then. So they're about a quarter of the size they were, say, maybe 10 years ago. So you have to be a lot more precise when you're getting in and out of trades, paying a lot more attention. Okay, so I've pulled these ones out, put them over here, and now it's time for Usability to do his magic trick, where he aligns the top pairs with the news for the day, so that we get a list of pairs to trade, not to monitor all of them, but just a few of them, so that you don't burn your brains out trying to keep your eye on everything. So on Monday, Eusebio, we've got nothing.
Okay, nothing. So we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Then the pound Swiss or pound US dollar.
Okay.
And then the pound yen or pound CAD.
Okay. And for Tuesday, we have nothing left over from Monday, and we've got what have we got? We've got the US dollar.
US dollar, so here, here, and here.
And the Kiwi.
And the Kiwi, so here, and here, and here. Ah, that's unusual. So the first choice will be the Kiwi US dollar or pound Swiss. Yeah. Kiwi US dollar or pound Swiss.
I don't know that we want to share with the Swiss.
Kiwi US dollar, Chris, not pound Kiwi.
Oh, sorry. Oh, still not too sure about sharing with the pound Swiss. Okay.
Then we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
And then we will have the pound US dollar or Aussie US dollar.
Okay. So
we can add exceptionally, Chris, because we have news on the Kiwi, so we can add as an alternative, so the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And okay, so leftovers from Tuesday. Well, the Kiwi is pretty close to the end of the day here at 4:45. So
we can keep the Kiwi. So
yep.
Kiwi, and Kiwi. Okay.
And we've got the US on the Wednesday.
The US. Okay.
And that's it.
So we will have exactly the same choice as Tuesday.
Sure. Done. And on Wednesday, we have no leftovers, just freaking out there. And we've got the Swiss.
The Swiss, okay.
The Euro.
The Euro, and Euro, okay.
And that's it.
Okay, so we'll have the pound Swiss or pound US dollar.
Yep.
Then we'll have the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Okay.
And then we'll have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. And leftovers from Thursday, we've got nothing. And on Friday, we have nothing.
So same choice as Monday.
Sure. Or Tuesday.
No, Monday.
Monday. I knew that. I was just checking. Okay, cool. So the idea with these ones is you just monitor this top line here. So you've got 4 pairs to keep an eye on, and if none of those look like they're sort of doing the job for you, then you can drop down to the next selection down here. And if none of those are sort of good for you, then you've got an extra few down here as well. So, and the reason that we've listed these by dollar in top dollars down to smallest dollars is that these are the ones that are going to make you the most money. So it's not much good trying to trade the Aussie Kiwi, which moves very small amounts, tiny wee amounts, when for the same amount of work you could be, say, trading the pound Aussie and getting a lot, like doubling your money. So if I pull this up over here, see the Aussie Kiwi made $400, pound Aussie made $1,000. So almost, well, over twice the amount of money in the same period of time. So that's why we do that. Okay, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to save this. And I put this up on the website, and I'll let you all know when I've done it. Excuse me. Okay, done with that. And okay, next bit, we'll come up to the entry matrix shortly, but before we get there, Ralph asked about Mouse Without Borders. Yesterday I was thinking, oh, maybe people haven't heard this, but there is a free tool that's being developed that's pushed out by Microsoft called Mouse Without Borders. And what it lets me do is I have 3 PCs. I've got my main machine, my desktop. I've got a PC out on the side that I'm recording this on, and I also have a laptop machine, which I haven't got connected, but in case this audio breaks down, I can use it. But what this thing lets me do is I can share my 1 keyboard and 1 mouse over all 3 machines. So if I want to access this machine out here, I just move the mouse up to the side here, and the mouse will then start and appear on my second machine. And if I pull it down like this to the Acer, my laptop down here, the mouse then appears on the bottom machine. I can copy stuff up here and paste it. I can copy stuff from here and paste it into these machines just by moving the mouse around, and the keyboard moves with it as well. So it's really nice. You can do it with 4 machines, and if I had all 3 machines on the line, I could have the Acer up here, and then the desktop and this. But as it is, I've got 6 monitors on this one, 2 monitors over here, and 1 monitor here, which is sitting on my desktop. So it's just easy for me to have this configuration. The machines are on a network. They're not connected. I don't have a LAN as such. I just have them all connected to my, this one is connected up wirelessly. These 2 are done wires into my modem router, but there's no special, what do you call it, LAN work or anything like that. I haven't got a network specifically set up. Okay, so yeah, it's really nice, and you can get this tool. There is a bit of messing around. Generally, it just works. But if you do have problems, don't ask me because it's a real nightmare. But you can map the machines if you know what the machine's address on your network is. There are tools which will let you do that. You can plug that into here and into the other machines so that they're all connected up rather than just through the names that you give them. So one's called desktop, one's called one PC. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
So this means that you have to install the tool on each PC and you have to configure it separately.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, it won't have to do. Yep. So, sorry, yes. Thanks, Eusebio. You put the mouse without windows on here, without borders, mouse without borders, mouse without borders, have the same password key, and generally most times they will all start talking to one another straight away. The link is coming. Don't panic. Here we go. I'll just pull this off. And all the instructions are here as well. So, oops, that's not that one. Let's try this. Yeah, here we go. So there's the mouse without borders. There's one link. So this is kind of the working page, and it is produced, like given out by Microsoft. Microsoft didn't build it, but they're supporting it or supplying, authorizing it, I guess is one way of putting it. And you can download it from here. So if I pull these out, it's a very nice tool. It's been around for years now. And I'll put this in again so you can just type it out. Or if you just do a search for mouse without borders, it will all come up. And I've already done the answers one, so I'll just pull this back up here again. It's easier if you just search for it. So, and it's called Mouse Without Borders. It's free. You download it off the Microsoft site, so it's good. Okay, and it's really helpful.